So what would you guys say if you could save a bunch of money in 1 year in tampons? Oh, might have to go back a little. And help those in need. Introducing Tamposh. It's an online subscription service for tampons. Last year, women spent about $830 million worth of money in tampons. So we spoke with about 42 women, and we wanted to see what was important to them when they purchased their tampons. We found three things. It was price, convenience, and comfort. So here's the reality. First off, based on our market research, 70% of the women said that they would pay a premium for the convenience. 50% of the women would consider switching their tampon brands. And finally, the majority of women prefer the comfort of plastic applicators. So why Tamposh? Well, first off, you save money. It's a tampon subscription service, and the tampons get sent right direct to your door. It's discreet delivery, and it's convenient, and it's quick. And most importantly, it's only $2.50. So how do we break down that $2.50 a month? We save money, and we buy it in bulk, and we pass on that savings to you guys. In addition, we offer packages every 4 months, and the packages start at $10 a month. In addition, every order gets passed on to different types of charities. And here's how it works. First off, it's an easy process. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you pick your tampons. They arrive at your door, and then, well, yeah. So the first, okay, yeah, that was nice. So you pretty much pick which. You get 100 tampons every 4 months. You pick which ones you want. You can either choose cardboard or plastic. Go to the next slide. And the third step is pretty much an easy checkout. You get all the tampons delivered to your door. So here's how it all ties in. And I'm going to invite Chris to come in and talk about the business model.
Hi, my name is Chris. Now I'll talk about our business model. Our customers, who are we targeting? We're targeting socially conscious, price-conscious women. Our core value propositions include that we're delivering a high-quality product right to the door, and at the same time, they get to benefit charities. Our key activities include packaging, shipping, and strengthening relationships with our manufacturers. Revenue streams, we're selling tampons. The profit margin on the cardboard applicators is 33%, and on the plastic applicators, it's 11%. Our distribution channels are social media marketing. We're targeting social conscious women again. We're going to raise brand awareness with our charity campaign, and we're going to actually get the product out the door using USPS. Cost structure, the cardboard tampons cost us about a penny each. The plastic tampons cost us 9 cents. Our rollout strategy is to start right here at UCF and then just branch out and hit all of Orlando. Customer validation summary. Over the last couple of days, we've interviewed over 40 women, and the results were pretty surprising. Half of them want tampons shipped to them. 70% would buy in bulk. Half of them would use a subscription service. That's what those are the questions we asked on the first day. The second day, we asked them more straightforward questions. We said, would you pay $10 for 100 tampons delivered every 4 months? 60% of them said yes. And then we asked them, how much would you pay for 100 tampons with plastic applicators delivered every 4 months? They said $30. That's really surprising because we're only charging $16. So we still have a lot of room to increase our price in the future.
10 seconds.
Okay, is there any questions?
Can we get Team Redistribute? Questions for Tamposh?
Where did you find these women in the interviews?
We found them within the seminar, and then we also walked all around UCF.
Okay, so they're all college age, though.
There was actually a mixture of different age groups because there was people coming in and out.
And we had online surveys at the same time, the exact same survey.
And we had an even distribution because some of the people, don't have periods anymore. So we got that in our distribution as well. So it's different age demographics.
Your percentage of the women said they can't hear you. Why are you competing on product?
That was just our first first target, we wanted to beat the price of generic brands in store. We didn't want to give them an alternative. We wanted to say, not only are we cheaper, but we're going to deliver it to your door. After conducting more research, though, we figured out we could charge them more. So we probably would charge them more if they're willing to pay more.
But we believe we'd start off with a good added value to bring them in at that price.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Since you're really solid on price, distribution, convenience, why the charity portion of it? Why, with slimmer margins, why donate some of the money up front?
I mean, I think my idea with that was I just wanted to, I thought that'd be good marketing. I was like, that's really good marketing. I like how we're giving back to the community too.
Well, based on some of our social market research, we found out that social awareness was important. We found that as an added factor, and I think it adds value as well.
Any other questions?
Yep.
What about those of us who don't use tampons but use just pads?
Okay, well, Tamposh, that's just really a tentative name for this competition. If we were actually to start this business, we would probably rebrand ourselves with a name that wasn't so limiting. So in the future, we could provide pads, vitamins, just staples that we could ship to our customers.
And I think there's no way that we can catch the whole market. We wanted to kind of get at this market share in this area and focus on that, and then slowly scale up and then take on other lines as well.
Did you consider the amount of tampons a woman uses each month?
Well, we got that in our survey, and we did get an estimate, and that's how we built out our pricing structure.
Any other questions? Oh,
There are some outliers, though. There are people that use more. But we took our data, and we came up with an equal distribution of what we thought would be.
The amount that we send each month covers 80% of the population.
Anybody else have any questions?
That's going to be it for questions.
Okay, thanks, guys.
We distribute it up. Can we get PickIt from on the side?
Hello, I am Paul, and this is my partner, PhD leader like Daniel, and we two are the yourselves, the students, and we are the two developers, and we are building one called Redistribute. And could you just open the link for that? So we will show you the one really mock-up of the website of the front page of the things. Okay, you can see and later I will tell you the different components inside of the things, how it is. And it is our, like, in the future, our thing. It is really Twitter-based, similar the one collaboration and funding and the tools online. Yeah. So okay, so our philosophy is like we are the 99% like against like actually we are the 99% of the people against Wall Street. Okay, we like this again this thing. So we want every person to have the same chance. To donate fund money to different kind of ideas or the thing. So we want to create this project. Another our aim is so why do we need to pay like $99? I mean, come here. You all have a different aims, right? Your purpose. Like we want to fund partner, we want to fund the designer, we want to fund the founders, we want to get collaboration, right? So okay. So in our thing, we want to create a tool for your guys and we provide such a free lunch. You just log in our system and you can find whatever you want online and create the beauty stuff and toward this our society. Okay, so there are two most critical components in our side. One is how do I turn my idea into a reality? Like what we do here in the pitch side, we do so it's called Redistribute. So collaborative job proposing in a social network, build up the potential of your ideas. This is like the thing. Later we'll show you the details.
I think I need to get come on. Yeah, 2 minutes. We put this together rapidly, and we have way too many slides. We have developed an ecosystem, a place where vendors and individuals can meet and have a structured medium for creating, for turning an idea into a formal proposal for a nonprofit organization or for a for-profit organization. And the way that we're funding these things is by utilizing the notion of potential. And when you pitch an idea, and you contribute potential in small increments of money, like $2, $3, and as the potential rises, passes a certain threshold, at that point you can then commit your funds. And you can set a deadline. I commit for a day, I commit until so long as the potential is there, I commit my funds. And in parallel with this process, we have a version control system for creating these drafts based on a voting mechanism that takes care of all of the idiosyncrasies of traditional version control, like merging, branching, cloning, all these things. It's taken care of very without any explicit user interface. And the process of constructing these drafts is correlated with the potential of the projects. I wish we can give you a more a higher level overview. We have some scenarios, but we don't have any time to go into this. Sorry. But,
I just want to say one thing, we for instance, right now all the people vote for the database, like a really good project, right? So we want those people, you can just go to our website, and then you can just find your funding, find your partners, and all of that can we do this. And this is like a profit-based project. But just imagine, like when we see the NASA, like the spacecraft, the things, this is all the non-profit, like the project. But sometimes people are greedy. People's intention are greedy. We want every people donate $2, maybe for every people else, Oh, do you have questions?
any way that we can possibly clarify this?
Can we get PickIt to set up?
Yeah.
So, how is this different from Kickstarter?
This is not based on pledging. It's not like you put money into a bucket, and if the money builds up to a certain point, then it's flushed, and the funds are committed.
All right, how's it different than Indiegogo then?
I don't know. What is that?
Then your market research is for.
Market research. We had this idea really
Then the idea is that you get the funding regardless.
You get the what?
You get the funding regardless.
That's not how this works either. This simulates the feeling of a stock market. You're trading potential, and we have it worked out in a very fine grain of detail, but we can't show you all of our diagrams.
We have built a lot of diagrams. We see our funding system like a trading stock market. Like you trade the stocks, all the things. We trade idea. You can trade everything you want. Idea. Like you are investor. Like you have a lot of money. You see our idea good. You invest money on us. And when you get for instance, if this is a profit-based project, you get the dividend or your profit based on what we do. So you can sell you can sell ideas. You can sell it. You can buy it. It's like beat us all the time in trading stock market. It's just changing from stocks to the ideas. This is our one part. Another part is like collaboration. All the time, social collaboration. Internet. From internet you can collaborate with every people you want it, and then build what you want. You can build a really good system for all the veterans who have disability problems for the humans. Just build it. We just want to show our project. This, yeah.
So PickIt is up, so we got TVto.mobi and TouchBase getting ready on that.
All right, is that a comfortable level for everyone? All right, is that a comfortable mic level for everybody? Way back in the back, can you hear me? Yeah. Excellent. Are y'all ready with the slides? All right, so we all have everyday decisions in our life. Let's say I have a date tonight. Still don't, but let's say I do. Got a red shirt and a white shirt. I call up my friend,
and he says, I don't know, pick one. I post on some internet forum and somebody tells me to be more confident about myself. I don't need that either. I need to know what shirt to wear. So what if I could just ask the question and have the answers be images? That's what it looks like to the people on PickIt. Now, PickIt gives me some special controls over who can answer that, so I don't get 50-year-olds from Nebraska answering me. So I can control the age, the sex, the location, and the interests of who I'm asking. If I'm talking about the best bar in Gainesville, I probably don't want you Orlando folks answering because I don't think you know what you're talking about. And if I want to fill out my March Madness bracket, I probably want someone interested in basketball. So all we need to get all that information of how old people are, where they are, and what they're into is just a simple Facebook Connect button that everybody clicks before they get on PickIt. And so with that Facebook Connect, let's say I waited a little while and 110 lovely ladies were able to bid on me. You can see the red one. Apparently I look good in red. So who would use this site? We did a little bit of market research, and what we see for our big markets are 13 to 17. Those are consumers that are still dependent on their parents. They don't have their own money. 18 to 24-year-olds. They're adults, but they still don't have their social self sort of figured out. So they're really establishing who they are. And mostly female. I show this to a guy, he's really not sure about it. I show this to a girl, and she's like, I want to use that right now. Better information for businesses. Surveys and focus groups are just not covering it anymore. Old information is dead information, and new information is not fast enough. So, let's say I'm Mountain Dew. My ideal consumer is a male ages 16 to 26, and so I'm going to target my pick just to those folks. But the information I get back is a little different. So I get to see an exact breakdown of those ages, who voted what way, where were they in the US, and what are their interests. So from this I can see, with the older folks, they kind of like the older logo. I can see that in the American heartland, people kind of like the newer logo, and that on the East Coast, they're kind of nostalgic. And I can also see that if I was going to do a cross-promotion or something and really wanted to hit on Mountain Dew people, The Simpsons would be a pretty good bet. Next one. So, this is our revenue model. This is free to users. Nobody pays to use PickIt. And these numbers that we have are pretty much based on 1 in every 20 is an easy way to use the site, and these are pretty reasonable numbers for what this kind of information goes for on the internet. Next. This is what the PickIt widget, which is PickIt inside of other sites, looks like. This replaces a display ad, but doesn't take the user out of the experience of the site they're on. Next. This is one on a forum. You can kind of see it's targeted to the interests of the people on the site, and that brings marketers to their interest base to get decisions from them. Next. So, who's our market? There's about 100 million people in the US in that age range, about 54 million on Facebook, 51 million female. At 40 sponsored clicks, that's using PickIt like a minute a day. We're looking at a very low market penetration would still bring a pretty immense return. That's about 3 million in a year. So, we got some expenses, some developments, a domain name, just some housekeeping, widget placement. Next. This is a comparison between us and our competitors. As you can see, nobody else is really filling the boxes in the way we are. Next. Rollout strategy, finish it, port it to mobile, and promote it. And finally, and you should all hear about this, is the investment opportunity, which is my last slide anyway. We're looking for $65,000. Those are our expenses for the next few months. Sort of allowing for Murphy's Law to happen for 1%. As you can see from our revenue projections, that's not a bad deal. And any questions?
Can we get TVto.mobi? Questions from others?
How do you get the people to actually use PickIt? Like, why would I want to vote what shirt you're going to wear? Like, what's my interest in it?
Well, I get that from every guy I ask and no woman I ask, first of all. But when you make a pick, you have to choose 20 before it's even displayed to the website. So you're kind of a captive audience for that. We also are looking into gamifying it a little bit, putting badges up, sort of like Foursquare does, so that you get like, oh, I'm a pick explorer because I did 100 in a day. So we're looking at that to kind of bring in the male market, bring that around. Do we have anybody else?
Have you thought about having products that you get to choose the products that you get to pick. For example, I'm interested in fashion, so I get a lot of clothing stuff. So the more I pick on fashion clothing stuff, I get coupons for it. So for every 50 picks that I have, I get a coupon for a retail store that I like.
That kind of commoditizes it in a different way. We want this to be a platform that people just want to use, not one they're bribed into using. And I don't have any more time left. Hope you enjoyed it.
Take a couple minutes to get this set up.
Ian.
Yo. It's just so comfy.
TVto.mobi is up. Let me get TouchBase on deck over here. If you're the next team, you don't have to wait for me. As soon as that team before you is done, just get set up just so we can move through.
Hello everyone, my name is Oliver Pinkiewicz. I'm here to introduce TVto.mobi. So have you ever watched Jeopardy and wanted to know more about that crazy long vocab word that they have? Or have you ever watched a football game and wanted to learn more about that player who caught the winning touchdown? Well, we have a solution for you. What TVto.mobi does is it lets users sync with what they see on TV and lets them learn more about what they're watching on TV now. It also lets TV content providers learn more about their viewers, lets them engage with their viewers, and also let their viewers watch their content longer. So how does it work? We created mobile apps for smartphones and tablets, and they sync up with our apps for smart TVs, Blu-ray players, and media boxes. And since these apps are now talking to each other and they're synced up, TV can send a signal now to the mobile app about that information, for example, the football player who caught that winning touchdown, or maybe a poll from American Idol, or maybe a kids game from Nickelodeon. So there's endless examples here. To just show you how our system works here, we use Shark Tank. We thought it was relevant to what we're doing here. So here's Mark Cuban. Maybe you're watching the show, you want to know more about him, so you follow the show, and then when that point in that show happened, you get a notice to your iPad in this case, let you know that he made his billions of dollars from selling a company, Yahoo. This is just one example. All right, so the market size is growing exponentially. We're part of the new dual screen market of having a smart TV and a mobile device. We also did market research and found that 70% of iPad users use their iPad while they're watching TV. And we also went to Best Buy and other retail stores and talked to customers, see if they'd be interested in our app, interested in following TV shows. We found the overwhelming majority of them were highly interested. So for revenue, we have 3 ways to make revenue. One is to sell that all-important viewing data that we capture. 2 is to eventually inject ads into the data stream. And 3 is to possibly have a freemium model and sell our apps. So to conclude, we have a great team. We have web developers, app developers, MBAs. We even have a NASA rocket engineer on our team. We are part of an emerging market. We help viewers connect with their shows, and we help TV networks engage with their viewers and keep them watching their shows for long periods of time. We're TVto.mobi. Thank you for your time. Questions?
about revenue?
Revenue, we would almost have like a Twitter model where we sell the data that we're capturing from people viewing the TV networks and streams, and we also can inject ads into the data streams, and we're possibly could sell our ads at like a freemium type model.
Did you come up with the design for the syncing interface?
Yes. There's APIs available, like a Google TV remote API is available. We use that as an example. There's a mobile development network out there that we're using to sync up the devices.
Right. I think someone has a question over there.
Are you like feeding the data, like it's a preloaded data to it, or is it like whatever the user wants to find out?
It's synced up, so in the beginning we're going to have a phased approach, so we know the TV networks won't just come in and join us right away. So we're going to start creating content ourselves. We're also going to go to Twitter.
I mean, does the user get, like, let's say if I have a question about my human, not particular to this, maybe something else, like I get to ask, or is it just it's like those little bubble information that gets sent out? Like,
We will have a social interaction with our app, so yes, you would be able to get more information that way.
Okay.
Any more questions? Thanks.
Real quick, so was this inspired by pop-up video at all? Are you familiar with pop-up video? You see the TV show and it give you a little piece of information about what's going on?
Yeah, I was back a little while ago. Yeah, I remember.
Well, okay. I just thought maybe it was inspired by that.
No, I was inspired by me watching TV with my tablet and not paying attention to what's on TV. I'm always on
But
email,
pop-up video wouldn't allow you to
Facebook.
interact with the information they gave you, but your app would allow.
Like The Walking Dead is a perfect example. They always tell me to go to this website. I never go there because I don't want to type in a web address or anything like that. But if I had something pop up on my notifications where I click on the link, I'd go to that website and start using their content.
Okay, cool. Thank you guys.
TouchBase is up. Can we get a whiff on that?
Can we get a whiff on that?
Can we also get
Whiff on that?
open buyer to come down as well? Open buyer.
Can you guys hear me? Good? Yeah? Okay, cool. Alright, so my name is Matthew Meadows, and my application is called TouchBase. This is an example of a post from Craigslist. As you can see, it's about a man who basically stole a woman's purse in the New York City subway, and he kind of fell in love with her. This is another post in which a man wants a woman to sit in his bathtub filled with spaghetti for some reason. I don't know why. But these are perfect examples for why a mother wouldn't want to go to Craigslist to find a babysitter for her children, which is why we have TouchBase. TouchBase is a mobile application in which users can join or create marketplaces in which trust is the core value. Some features of TouchBase are that users can not only join networks, but they can create networks as well. For an example, I can join the UCF network, and I would have to provide my .edu email address as a form of security. But I could also create a network, say for a professional fraternity, and I would be required to admit people into it to make sure that it's secure. Another feature we have is the selectivity of sharing. And what that means is that you can share to not all of your networks at the same time, but selectively choose which ones you'd like to share to. A third feature, which I really like, is this public sharing feature, which kind of takes all of our competitors and turns them into an advantage for us. What this does is that it enables you to share your posts not only to all your networks, but also Twitter, Facebook, potentially eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, all at the same time. Another feature, premium sharing, is basically users are allowed to purchase the ability to share their posts, whether information or whether it's a good or service, in a premium manner, so that it always appears on the top of the list when you're searching or at the top of the network. Next, another feature which I really like is the ability for non-profits to have networks. And what this is that, say you have a local church that has a network on here. You can share information about events, share information about what's going on, and also any transaction that occurs on these networks, the money automatically goes to the nonprofit organization, and the seller gets a tax write-off. Lastly, associations and events can benefit because, just as an example, an event like this, how cool would it be if we could post jobs to each other, or share information about our projects, or stay in contact for the future. Our business model are basically the traditional app, money that you would get. The costs right now would just be startup costs of developing the application, but that could be offset with the fact that, basically as an example, Amazon has 65 million users in the United States. That's about 21% of the population. Equate that to UCF alone, that's about 12,000 students. And those 12,000 students directly contribute about $3 million towards Amazon in a given month. So if you just take a small percentage of those students from Amazon and a small percentage of students that use other services, that's a very large number. Marketing. Our primary marketing base would be for college students. We would do that through a college representative program where they would have events on campus. Further, we could use social media campaign, obviously. And for businesses, associations, and events, face-to-face marketing would be good in that we can explain the benefits of having markets for their individual members. So I believe questions.
Can we get set up for open buyer?
Something like a revenue model, how you're gonna make money again?
It's primarily right now, it's basically mobile advertising, kind of what Facebook does with data. I figured with an app like this, you get an insane amount of data of what each person wants to purchase, what they're looking at, the type of information they're sharing, and I feel that could be one way of bringing revenue, along with the premium user experience that I explained. Thank you.
Open buyer?
I used to be an operative with the Center for Disease Control. Now they just know me as PatientZero. I just want to live my life, the last few hours I have left of it, in peace. I don't want to be a lab rat waiting for dissection. Somehow, I disabled my GPS tracker. They still seem to find me. Wherever I go, they're always after me. There's nothing I can do My game is over. I can't hide anymore. All right, I'm Tim Powell, and we've created a game called PatientZero. We've actually created a gaming platform. Our first game is called PatientZero. We are with WITH, Where in the Heck? As you can see by our first game, it's born out of a love for the childhood games that I miss playing. I'm frankly a little too old to go to the elementary school playgrounds anymore. The teachers look at me funny. So when I want to play hide and seek, what do? Well, I get together with a bunch of my friends and I go to a geolocated, fenced area, as you will, where we get to play games like tag, games like Marco Polo, all the things that I used to love. This is our flagship offering. Our other offerings are going to include other active location, competitive-based gaming systems. It's our first offering. It's hide and seek as a storyline, and we've also already started designing different mobile enhanced play experiences based on tag and Marco Polo. Our target market all have three things in common. They're interested in social, casual gameplay. They're smart mobile technology users. They're physically active, or they want to be physically active. And then beyond our target market, we also have our ideal focused market, and we've got some testimonials from them as to how cool this game would be. Maybe.
Everyone's like, meet up flagpole, capture flag, which is like, yes. So therefore, if there was like a sponsor and there was like a win with like a leaderboard, then that would be extra fun? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Kind of like that.
You can hear the enthusiasm. This is why we practiced for about 30 minutes earlier today.
Of course, in the practice, it works flawlessly every time.
So let's talk a little bit about our target market, some of the numbers that we think that we've got.
All right, so if you look at our ideal market of 22 million college students, only about 8.8 million of them have actual smartphones. Of that, if you look at the potential plus possibility, let's assume a particular orientation of only about 1% market penetration. When you particularly have in-app purchases, we're using a freemium in-app model, you only have about 5 to 10% is the industry average. At only 5% conversion, with nearly only $8 per month, we're running about $35,000 a month with only 1% market penetration. Now again, $8 a month is based upon games like Pocket Mafia, which use in-app for a much lower amount of purchases. Distribution is primarily through using orientation of the universities, and that way we can actually use their process for their orientation to gamify their orientation. All right, questions? Yeah, that was actually working with the prototype on the screen.
If you can see the two dots moving towards each other, that was actually the prototype in action.
Questions?
What's up?
How would this compare to other on-campus sort of games like Human vs. Zombies?
Is that a geolocation-based application?
No, it's more of
LARP?
it's still low tech, but there's like they do some social stuff online.
It's typically faster and easier to set up.
And we also have the technology as a referee. You know when somebody's on you because we've actually got the distances calculated to within 5 to 6 feet.
What he's referring to is at the University of Florida every year we have an event where students get together and it's kind of
Right, but that's an analog offline game, right?
That's something you could, target.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You all of a sudden give people scanners to help them find where the zombies are. Definitely.
Yes.
How do you actually make money?
In-app purchases. So use a freemium app. The app is free to play, but in-app purchases give you bonuses within the game of playing itself.
Anybody else? Thanks.